well, of course, yeah. I got pregnant during COVID times. A lot of people got pregnant during the COVID times. But anyways, it happens. What happened. So I got pregnant, and then after that, um, because we don't get along really. So that's why I think I'll choose my peace and my kid over that um toxic environment.
All right, hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Farche Wellness Podcast. And today we have a guest that I'm really excited to interview. Want to know more about her personal life and her career and all that stuff. But so let me introduce to you the guest. She is a digital marketer, a digital strategist. She specializes in social media marketing. She does paid ads and media buying. She is a meta expert. She oversees all content planning, execution, reporting. She has experience in multiple industries, including fintech, real estate, and she is a marketing manager as well. And most important of all, she is one of our pioneers for our Australian market here at Farche Solutions. So, guys, welcome. Welcome, Kit Santos, to the Wellness Podcast.
Hi John. Hi guys.
Hello. How are you?
I'm all good. Actually, I'm really excited about this, and I really want to share about my experience being the pioneer here in Farche. I remember way back
Wait, wait.
from the moment, yeah, from the moment you interviewed me to interviewing by the client. So it's really nice.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I don't want to start
yeah.
there. I want to start from the very beginning. So, where are
Mhm.
you from, Kit? And where did you grow up?
Yeah, I'm from Bulacan, born and raised. So yeah, ever since I was a kid, I'm here in Bulacan. So I never get out. So
Okay.
yeah.
Tell me about your family. How many siblings do you have?
Um
Are you still with your mom and dad? How's the
yeah, we're a family of five, so I'm the eldest. I have two brothers.
wow.
All of it are on a in a digital marketing space. So one is studying bachelor in marketing, and the other one is also digital marketing.
Okay, that's nice. All right.
Yeah.
How was it like growing up as the only girl? You're the princess.
Growing up, I feel like I really don't feel that I'm a princess because I believe my parents really wanted a boy, so they treat me as one.
Oh my God.
So ever since I was a kid, I got into like sports that it's not like badminton or whatever, not that sports that's yeah, soccer, volleyball, and then tennis. So yeah, they really wanted a boy.
Okay.
But
Disappointment, right? Like, oh my God. All right. But since you're the eldest, they got what they wanted anyway. Right. So
yeah.
you talked about your brothers having the same almost
Mhm.
career path as you. When did you learn this? When did you learn that this is the stuff you wanted to do? Take me back to your school years. Is it
Yeah.
true that when they say that you learn what you want during grade school? Is that true?
Yes. Grade school. Well, actually, something about me is I really like arts. Like when during my grade school years, I always joined like a poster making contest because before it's really like a thing, right? Without the cell phone and all. So kids are more into like competition. So I always join a poster making contest. But then, in terms of yeah, being on a digital marketing, my course really is I'm a graduate of bachelor BSBA major in management accounting. So
What?
it's yeah,
How do you want?
I'm yeah. Well, I started after I graduate. I started as a because um when I'm choosing my like course after senior high school, um I really don't know what to take. I've always wanted to be a civil engineer because it's yeah, drawings and math and all. So I'd like to be that. But since my grandparents is the one who's covering our like tuition, um they advised me to get a business course so that because my family is mostly on the business space. Like they have businesses and then some are also a CPA. My grandmother and my auntie. So they
What?
encouraged me to get the same they encouraged me to get the same course. So yeah. But ever since like midterm, I've always wanted to shift course. I wanted marketing, but they don't allow me because another year is gonna be added, right?
Correct.
So I pursued the career. And then I started working as an general accounting analyst at a BPO company here in the Philippines.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm handling UK clients. If you're familiar with like Johnson and Johnson, so I've handled that. And then after a year, because it's a graveyard shift, so my health got compromised because it's a graveyard shift and being the newbie in the company and we always have like overtime. So I was like working 12 hours daily. So my health got compromised. That's why I decided to resign and look for a local company. So that's when my marketing journey started. Because I applied there. It's a real estate company here in the Philippines that's locally owned. And when I started, I was hired as an bookkeeper or accounting. But then the marketing manager resigned. And then I was the one who have the who is new to the company and it's like I have no place to go inside the organization. So they put me on the marketing department and that's where my journey started.
But
I
you
started
always
with
wanted that, right? Though you.
yeah, I wanted that. So it's a good thing as well. I guess I'm lucky. I'm that lucky.
But you said
So
something interesting though that I want to go back to.
yes.
You said your grandmother wanted you to take up business course,
Yes.
and you had to do what she says because she's the one paying the tuition fees.
Yes.
How did that
Yes.
happen? Why is it the grandmother?
Because I don't know because I'm just a teenager then and it's like whatever they said we're gonna do it.
No, I mean, but why
So
the grandmother? Why not the parents though? Like what happened there?
oh because that time we were under my grandmother's care, my grandparents because my mother and my father is lives in San Fernando La Union. So they transfer for the small business. Not that big but small business. But me and my brother we decided to stay in Bulacan. So we've been
Live with
taken
your
care of.
okay. I see.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
they always tell me, right, for the non-Filipinos, this if you want your
Mm,
kids to grow up right, send them to the
mm,
grandparents, right? It's
yeah.
because they it's a different kind of raising a kid, I guess, right? What is because you've
Yes.
experienced now both. You've
Yeah.
experienced with your parents, like maybe grade school, right? But as you grew up and you took up the course, you lived with your grandparents. What was the biggest
Mm.
difference between under the umbrella of mom and dad versus grandma?
Oh, because under mom and dad, it's chill. It's there's not a lot of pressure. But if you're under your grandparents, it's like um being responsible and then manners is number one.
Yes.
So whenever we're with them, it's like you have to do everything right. So I guess that helps because it helps where I am at now. Um, Unlike those others that because in our reality now, it's really different. So I'm lucky that I was able to be with my grandparents during my teenage years.
There you go, because you're
So
a Gen Z, right?
yeah,
You're a Gen.
yeah.
There you go. So you're a Gen Z, Gen Z for the non.
I think I'm a millennial.
Oh, you're still a
It
millennial.
falls for
Let's not talk about the
1993.
age.
Yeah.
But so you would say that living with your grandparents helped build your character.
Yes, that's the right word
I
there.
see that too. People who don't know you, so I know you for quite some time now. You're very well mannered. That's what I'm saying. Like you're polite,
Really.
you're courteous. You don't have that almost that wild spirit of "Blah," you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
very outspoken. You're reserved. You're so you got that from your grandparents because you had to, I
Yes.
guess. Okay.
Yes. Because yeah, I think maybe because their time versus our time is really different. So they tend to be really strict. Actually, during my school days, I'm not allowed to get a subject that's beyond 5 p.m. So it's always until 5 p.m.
Well,
Yeah.
you had to be home by 5 p.m.
Yes.
Jesus
And
Christ.
we're not allowed to go outside after 6 p.m.
Okay, then I'm going to remember that because for my questions later. So, how was that? You didn't rebel. What was the
um,
like a good
of
girl
course.
energy?
Well, of course, during my college year, there's instances like be, you're gonna tell them you have projects even if you don't have because of peers. You want to join your friends, but I did not do anything that's beyond that. Like because I'm scared. I'm scared
Like,
personally.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
normally how they teach us. Yeah, teach them young. That right. That
mm,
way they get you stay scared for life. All right.
yeah.
Yeah. So you were with your grandparents during college. You're not allowed to be
Yeah.
outside beyond 5 p.m. My God. All right. So I guess after
Yeah.
graduation, when you had your job now, your paycheck, I'm so
Mm,
curious, and I'm sorry I didn't ask this with the previous guest.
yeah.
What did you do with your first paycheck?
Because first paycheck because it's like freedom, right? So after I graduated and then I got a job, my first paycheck is I look for a other like a dorm in Metro Manila. So I live there for a year. So
Wow,
that's what I do.
well,
So
that's
that's
that.
what I did in my first paycheck. Like
Wow.
I find my personal space.
Okay, 'cause
So
you lived. You said most of your lives in the comfort of Bulacan, right?
yes.
And then all of a sudden, you know what? I'm going to first. Why? I'm curious. Why move to Manila? And two, how was the experience, especially compared back home?
Mm, I can say it's a mix. It's a mix of I'm excited and some some parts it's a struggle because yeah, living alone that time, yes, I got the freedom and all, but then that's when I realized that it's life is not that easy, especially if you're budgeting your own money. You have to set aside for your food, for your necessity, and sometimes my necessity is being compromised. So because I use up my paychecks to buy personal things, and yeah, and it's sometimes it's compromised. So I always tend to go home and then ask for an extra because I won't able to pay the rent. So that's what life is during that time. And the pay that time is like a basic pay. So I can't even imagine how I can afford Starbucks that time when thinking it now. So yeah, life's
I see what
crazy
you mean.
back
That's a
then.
challenge usually for us
Mm,
Filipinos. we're so close family ties, right? That
Yeah.
once we start moving out, it's a shock. We're not like the
Yes.
Western kids where they teach young kids very young to, before you
Mm.
go out, leave your parents, right? Find a summer job, all this, find your own place, right? Now
Yes.
we don't believe in any of that. Stick, just stay home, stay home and milk
Yeah.
the parents. So, but when it's finally time to leave,
Mm.
it's quite a shock. So, what happened? You decided to move back to Bulacan.
Um, yeah, because as I mentioned, I work at a BPO company and on a graveyard shift that during my first year. And then when I got a local job and then a day shift, that's the time I moved back. And it's easier for me to commute back then from our place here in Bulacan to my workplace because it's just one ride, one bus ride. So it's easier. Unlike before, during my first job, I have to like three um three mode of transportation, bus, train, and then the tricycle here. Because grab car is not that rampant that time. So tricycle and then I walk. So it's a bit far. So yeah, it's easier, of course, because I don't have to pay for my food, for my housing. But the biggest challenge is the transportation allowance. So almost half of my salary
Wow.
goes to the transportation
Wow.
only because I'm from Bulacan and Metro Manila. So it's
Wow.
it's like a 50 km, 42
Oh
km
my God.
away. So, yeah.
Yeah, so see, guys, more reason to work from home because the
Yes.
transport, not only the time and the fatigue, but the
Mhm.
actual
I
cost
agree.
of getting to your job is sometimes 80% of what you earn. So it's
Yes,
it's it's all
correct.
it's futile sometimes, but we'll get to that.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so now you're doing the marketing thing, you're loving it, right? Except of course the whole travel stuff. What
Yeah.
then what prompted you to say, you know what, it's time, let's do
Mm.
virtual work?
I was with that local company, so I stayed for um a very long time. And then comes the pandemic, right? So we transitioned to like virtual work from home setting and then sometimes going to the office still. But then I got like pregnant. So that's the time that um I decided that I can't like do it. Um I can't work like going to the office every day. So that's the time that I decide to look for a full-time work from home job.
Okay, I
Yeah.
we'll get to that, the work from home, but you just did a whole Dragon Ball Z time skip there, and I'm not gonna allow you to do the time skip. So, so for those who do not know, Kit is one of our many parents here at Farche
Yes.
Solution, and she's awesome.
Mhm.
Before we get to, tell me about your kid. How old is he now?
Yeah. My kid is 3.5. It's the same year that I'm with Forche, actually.
Happy
Almost the same.
birthday!
Yeah, 3 years. And then I got here, my kid is 6 months. So, anyways, so he's 3 years old, and he's a toddler now. And as you know, toddler life is harder than the
Baby life.
infant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I thought when my baby will like grow tod- on toddler years, it's gonna be easy, but it's not. It's doubled. So life stuff right now. But it's okay. I'm very happy that I got to have like a son that's I'm looking to. So it gives me the motivation every day. So
What does he
yeah.
mean to you?
What?
What does he mean to you?
Oh, he mean the word to me. Like I'll I'll put him first before anyone or anything. So Yeah.
That's
He's
your
my
life
treasure.
treasure. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, again, so take me back. All right. So lovely, lovely
Yeah.
kid. I'm happy. I have to ask though, where is the father?
Well, unfortunately, we separated and we don't like get along. But yeah.
How did
But I
wada wada?
yeah,
So
yeah.
when was this, right? And without obviously going into
Mhm.
very specific details, how
Yeah.
did it all started and how did it end?
Well, he's uh we've we've known each other for a very long time before I got pregnant. Like we're together since 2017. And
Since
then
2017. Okay. Where's
yes.
he from?
And um in Bulacan as well.
Okay.
Here. But yeah, he's like 13 km away.
Oh, you know the
So it's good
exact
that
the exact kilometers. What?
no,
Okay.
I
It's
just
just like do you
thought
have a GPS? Well, 11.
no, I just thought of it because
Ah,
yeah.
very specific though. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. He lives 13
Anyway,
kilometers from you. Mhm.
so I don't get to see him. But yeah, despite of what happened, well, of course, yeah, I got pregnant during COVID times. A lot of people got pregnant during the COVID times, but 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 yeah, actually, what happened is, before that, before COVID, we're on and off. So, maybe it's just like, how can I say that? I'm not sure why. Anyways, it happens. What happened happened. So I got pregnant, and then after that, because we don't get along really. So that's why I think I'll choose my peace and my kid over that toxic environment. Instead of me being always stressed out, always down. Um I think it's better if I'll be by myself with my kid as well.
Of course.
Because
Yeah.
I won't allow anyone to get my kid. As I
Okay.
mentioned, he's my treasure.
I like it.
So
But
yeah.
Kit, it wasn't all bad though, obviously. Otherwise, right, you wouldn't have been together. So w- take me back
Mm.
to the good times, right? What the courtship, the dating. There were some good times,
Oh
right?
yes,
Really.
yes, of
Okay,
course.
so
Like
the good times.
we have
How
during
long have you been
our like
together?
best time, about 5 years.
That's a long time. It's
Yeah,
almost as long as my marriage. So, right, okay. So
really.
he's
Yeah.
near you, right? You know him, I guess, since you were a lot
Mm.
younger, I guess. Right? So
Mm. Yeah.
how did the
Um.
friend before a boyfriend, let's call it?
We're we know each other through a common friend. Um. And then I think it blooms because we're always together at the gym because I like working out. As I mentioned earlier, I'm into sports, so yeah. So that's when it all started.
Okay.
So we have a lot of common, like we get along very well. Um, yeah, that's just what I can
All
say.
right. So you
But
guys
yeah,
were at the
we get
gym. He asked you out,
yeah,
coffee, right? You guys go to the movies. There was
so yeah,
romance,
something
right?
like
There
a
was a
movie.
good one. There you go. It wasn't all bad. Okay.
Yeah.
And were you together when you were pregnant? No.
Yes.
Okay.
But then, before I gave birth, that's things got like rough. So, and then after I gave birth, um, I don't know if it's postpartum or whatever, but everything. um like everything throws back at me, like the past, his past. So I got even mad with him. So anyway, I don't wanna like dig deep on that, but we don't I realized that it's it's better to walk away than to like stay in that, because like I feel that time during our rough days, um as I mentioned, yeah, postpartum part of it, and it's like I'm always crying at night, something like that. So
Oh, okay, that's
yeah, I don't want to stay that way because I have my kid to attend to. Um I need to like take good care of him. So how can I do that if I'm on my down like levels? So yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
gotcha.
better to
So wow, okay, so he made you cry. That was an almost nightly, you say. Did you guys live
yeah.
together?
No. Actually, no. What if? But yeah, it's better. Things have its reason. So
Okay. So
yeah.
the day that it all finally ended,
Mm.
how was that? Did you just like call him and say, dude, it's not working
Mm.
out? Did he call you? Did you meet? There was some, what was
Uh
that day?
yes, it's really it's not good. What happened was not good. It's like it's a chaos for me and him. But yeah, I guess I gotta move on with my life.
Yep.
So
How did you feel the next
yeah.
day? You felt better
Um,
here.
it's kind of a mix because I feel relief. But then of course there's emotions. It's really sad. And looking at my kid, I feel sad because yeah, we're gonna be like just me and him. That's just that's the thing that makes me sad. Not because of me, but because of my kid. But it's okay.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So I know you really want to move on from that. But
Mm.
last question with the guy.
Actually, you're the only guy that I told.
Thank you. Well, everybody knows now. So, um,
Yeah.
do you still do you still have communication with him? Does he see your kid? Does he visit?
Mm,
Do they know each other? Is there a relationship between son and dad?
actually, no. That's the yeah. I think that's the time that I told myself that okay, move on. It's just me and my kid. So yeah.
What was the last thing? I mean, you said you have common friends, right? What was the
Mm.
last update that you heard from this guy? Like, is he?
I
Where is he? Is he
actually
happy?
I've been hearing updates all the time because they've been sending me that my kid looks like him, but I think I just don't mind it. Like because if you dig on that, if you like try to look on that, you're gonna be just upset. So it's better to don't look back and then go on with your life.
Don't look back.
So
So whatever
yeah,
update that you're getting, you just don't care no more, right? Just focus.
yeah, I don't
Except the 13
yeah.
kilometers. That it's just like
Because
no.
yeah, because I'm a runner. So that's why
Ah,
I
you're a
kind of
runner. Okay, there's the
yeah.
okay.
That's why I kind of like um know how many kilometers approximately. So yeah.
Approximately. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, so you're done with the guy, as you've said, right? The past is the past, and
Yeah.
you've separated, went your separate ways while you were still pregnant. How
Mm.
how far were you in your pregnancy when you guys broke up?
Mm, like I think that's 8 7, but we don't broke up actually, but there's like a gap. That it's the moment that you know that things gonna end, something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
But yeah, but yeah,
That's when you know things are going to end, right? When
yeah,
the kiss are a little less frequent, the calling and the messaging and the flowers and are you gonna cry now?
no,
No, no, no. We're done. We're done with the crying. We don't. We're
yeah,
right. So that means you gave birth without him,
alone,
alone.
yeah, but
So
yeah,
who was with you?
my mom actually,
All right.
yeah,
So during this time, it
I'm
wasn't easy, right? It was your mom who was there.
yes, actually, I think it's easier because it's my mom who was there,
No,
who
I
was
mean,
with
yeah,
me
yeah.
at the hospital. Yeah, because he knows what to do. She knows what to do. Like she knows how to take good care of uh toddler, infant, and me as well. So yeah.
Okay. So you give birth, you see the little baby. What was your initial like feeling? Was it like finally, like it's over, or hello there, little one? What was that?
Yeah, it's like I'm it's pure happiness for me. It's
Wow.
like as I mentioned, we're not totally broken up that time. But the moment I saw my like son, um it's like I don't care with the father anymore, and all I care is my baby. So yeah. I
That
think he's the turning point, like the
was
moment I gave birth and the moment I saw him. So my kid actually, not him. So it's my baby. So yeah.
okay. So now you take the kid home, you're happy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the obviously we were never prepared for any of this, right? Like nobody wanted
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I'm gonna raise a kid by myself. So what was the plan? Take me to the support system, your family, your friends who was
Mm-hmm.
there with you as you try to just kind of like manage this whole new human, I guess, that you have.
Yeah. Actually that time I still have like work. So I got um the pay as well and the government mandated benefits pay here in the Philippines. So the first 3 months I can say that because it's a 3 month leave, right? Um Here in the Philippines it's mandatory. And then I think I was just lucky enough that I'm with my parents. So they supported me in terms of like taking good care of my baby and then the essential needs. So they are here. So I'm lucky enough that I'm I still got support from them. So that's what I'm really thankful for.
Okay,
So
nice.
yeah.
So to this day, I guess they're still supportive, right? Like being almost like a
Yes.
second set of parents for your
Yes. Well, the thing that I get support from them is I don't get to rent my house. Like, yeah, that. But in terms of my kid, I'm the one who's supporting him.
course.
So because yeah, because there's the time that I think when you matured, it I kind of get shy to get on support from them if it in terms of my kid. But if I am the one who's got like asking, I'm not sure. But
Yeah,
it's for
mom, I need a new iPhone. Hello.
I know no
Like,
no no, but yeah, but not that kind of like support. But yeah, I tend to get shy to ask from them if in terms of like um supporting my kid and supporting my like the things that I want. So but it's a if it's a basic
uh-huh.
necessity, it's I
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say was the biggest change from a personal level of having a kid?
A lot for me a lot. Because before I always like I only think of myself only especially after I graduated, because I mentioned that I grew up on a very strict household.
Mm,
So the time I
imagine that, by
graduated,
the way.
yeah,
Yeah.
the time I graduated, um, I feel freedom. So I do all the things that I want. Um, and then there was a time that I did not go home for like months be- because I like to go, because there was a time that like going to the beach is the thing here in the Philippines, right? And then you go to the beach, you surf, you meet new friends and all. So there was a time that I was like that. I can say a bit rebellious that time, but now it's like everything for myself I set aside. So I I got to think of other people first, rather than thinking of just myself. So I become more compassionate, I can say, and empathetic to others. So I think that's the thing that it really helps me grow a lot as a person, and being responsible for myself, and because I have another life that I'm responsible with, right? So maybe that's why.
Okay, so you're done with the guy, as you've said, right? The past is the past, and
Yes.
you separated, went your separate ways while you were still pregnant. How
Mm.
how far were you in your pregnancy when you guys broke up?
Hmm, like I think that's 7, but we don't broke up actually, but there's like a gap. That it's the moment that you know that things gonna end, something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
But yeah, but yeah,
That's when you know things are going to end, right? When
yeah,
the kiss are a little less frequent, the calling and the messaging and the flowers and are you gonna cry now?
no,
No, no, no. We're done. We're done with the crying. We don't. We're
yeah,
right. So that means you gave birth without him,
alone,
alone.
yeah, but
So
yeah,
who was with you?
my mom actually,
All
yeah,
right. So during this time, it
I'm
wasn't easy, right? It was your mom who was there.
yes. Actually, I think it's easier because it's my mom who was there,
No,
who
I
was
mean,
with
yeah,
me
yeah.
at the hospital. Yeah, because he knows what to do. She knows what to do. Like she knows how to take good care of uh toddler, infant, and me as well. So yeah.
Okay. So you give birth, you see the little baby. What was your initial like feeling? Was it like finally, like it's over, or hello there, little one? What was that?
Yeah, it's like it's pure happiness for me. It's
Wow.
like, as I mentioned, we're not totally broken up that time, but the moment I saw my like son, um it's like I don't care with the father anymore, and all I care is my baby. So yeah, I
That
think he is the turning point. Like the moment I gave birth and the moment I saw him. So my kid actually, not him. So it's my baby. So yeah.
okay. So now you take the kid home. You're happy.
Mm-hmm.
What's it? Obviously, we were never prepared for any of this, right? Like nobody wanted,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I'm gonna raise a kid by myself. So, what was the plan? Take me to the support system, your family, your friends, who was
Mm-hmm.
there with you as you try to just kind of like manage this whole new human, I guess, that you have.
Yeah. Actually that time I still have like work. So I got the um I got the pay as well, and the government mandated benefits pay here in the Philippines. So the first 3 months I can say that because it's a 3-month leave, right? Um Here in the Philippines it's mandatory. And then I think I was just lucky enough that I'm with my parents. So they supported me in terms of like taking good care of my baby and then the essential needs. So they are here. So I'm lucky enough that I'm I still got support from them. So that's what I'm really thankful for.
Okay,
So
nice.
yeah.
So to this day, I guess they're still supportive, right? Like being almost like a
Yes.
second set of parents for your
Yes. Well, the thing that I get support from them is I don't get to rent my house. Like, yeah, that. But in terms of my kid, I'm the one who's supporting him.
course.
So because yeah, because there's the time that I think when you matured, it, I kind of get shy to get on support from them if it in terms of my kid. But if I'm the one who's got like asking, I'm not sure. But it's
Yeah, mom, I need a new iPhone. Hello.
I know,
Like,
no, but yeah, but not that kind of like support. But yeah, I tend to get shy to get to ask from them if in terms of like um supporting my kid and supporting my like the things that I want. So but it's a if it's a basic
uh-huh.
necessity, it
Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say was the biggest change from a personal level of having a kid?
A lot for me a lot. Because before I always like I only think of myself only especially after I graduated because I mentioned that I grew up on a very strict household.
Mm,
So the time I
imagine that, by
graduated,
the way.
yeah, the time I graduated, um, I feel freedom. So I do all the things that I want. Um, and then there was a time that I did not go home for like months because I like to go because there was a time that like going to the beach is the thing here in the Philippines, right? And then you go to the beach, you surf, you meet new friends and all. So there was a time that I was like that. I can say a bit rebellious that time, but now it's like everything for myself I set aside. So I got to think of other people first rather than thinking of just myself. So I become more compassionate, I can say, and empathetic to others. So I think that's the thing that it really helps me grow a lot as a person and being responsible for myself and because I have another life that I'm responsible with, right? So maybe that's why. That's why. So
Okay. All right. So
yeah.
now you have a kid, right? And COVID is almost done. I guess they required him to go back to the office.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
What happened?
I yeah, I believe you you remember my first interview. But yeah. So after I gave birth, because the company is a startup company, it's the fintech that I'm with. So before the setup is work from home forever. But then a lot of changes, like the organization changes, they hire an expat from the UK to handle everything. And that they require all the employee to return to office. And that's the time, yeah, that I look for other opportunity. And then Porsche happened. So um that's the time. It's as I remember, it's my son is 8 months old when I started here in Porsche. So yeah. And then actually I don't get the chance to return to office. Maybe I have, but it's like 3 times. And then after that I found a work from home job, which is yeah, Farche.
Wow. Okay. How did you found out about how did you find Farche? What was
Actually, for me,
what
I
led
was
you to
just
us?
yeah, I was just applying anything that's basically similar to my role. And then a lot of interviews. So I got a lot of interviews from an agency. And then I don't know, maybe because from the time you interviewed me, I feel like there's a time that when you talk to the person you feel at peace. Like, oh, this is the because there's some like agency that during the interview you can sense that this is gonna be toxic. There's like that, right? So so yeah, I think when after you interviewed me and then you introduced me to clients, and then which is still
The same
my
class.
client now. Yeah, the same client. I think I decided to go with Porsche that time because before, like yeah, for instance, um you interviewed me, right? Porsche interviewed me, and then there's the agency, and then that agency, after the interview they require a lot of things like recording your personal laptops, recording everything. So I was like, how can I do that? This is not a work. Like this is my personal, something like that. So I feel at peace, which is I think one of the reason why um I could say one of the reason why I'm really become responsible with the client because I don't want to lose this opportunity. Because yeah, as I mentioned, I feel at peace here. So
Good. All right. I
yeah,
love what you said there. So again,
yeah,
guys, here at Parche Solutions, we don't hire children. So when we hire
yeah,
people, we expect everyone that you require minimal supervision, you require
mm,
no, micromanaging, right? We set you guys free, right? And we because we trust you
yeah,
until you break our trust. It's not like you have to earn our trust. We don't believe that. We This, I think, is the 21st century way of managing people, right? I still don't
yeah,
understand, and I'm just gonna rant here for a few minutes. I don't understand other companies who still do it, and primarily it's mostly local companies who still do this, where they
yes,
like require a billion things and doctor time, whatever that is, like reporting and cards and like, dude, no, you're almost constricting the brain, right? So
yeah,
something earlier that you already felt that it wasn't going to be a toxic environment. So what is a
yeah.
toxic environment for you then, Kate? Like based on your experience, what would be a toxic?
Well, yeah, based on my experience, it's that number one is you you are not allowed to take a leave. There's a company that's like that.
Oh my god.
And then it's like whenever you're working, it's like they're gonna look for other things that can make you panic. Like, example, you're doing your thing, you send the project on time, and then they're gonna look for other things that's gonna look you uh that's gonna look you what you call that? Mm, um incompetitive, something like that. So there's a company that does that. And then another one is time. Like there, of course, I'm not saying this because because I don't like to work. But for me, output is more important
Or
than like
the process or the
yeah, yeah. So there are some that even if you manage to finish the project, you give good output, they will still look for other reason to like look
Some
for
people
space in your time.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Which is which instead of you making good work, you feel pressured, you feel stressed out. So like yeah. It's like it's hard to work on that kind of environment. Unlike now, like with the current client and with Forche, um of course there's a lot of projects that's been given to us, but it's like you feel, as I mentioned, you feel at peace. And then I feel like instead of not doing my thing or instead of stressing out, I feel like it's my own business. Like I how can I say that? I owe it like it's my own business. So that's the difference. Like this toxic company, I feel like I'm just a staff. So instead of me working hard, I was like, okay, I'll do my job and then log out and then sleep because I was exhausted the whole time. Unlike with this one, um, you do all your job, you do your project, you send your output, and then afterwards you're like, instead of sleeping, you have more energy. I was like this. Instead of like browsing the internet, even if the shift is done, I work because I don't want the projects to be stopped, or I want good output for the client. I don't want to like let him down because I like my job. That's the difference, I think.
I like that. So you care.
So yeah, yeah, I
The level
care.
of
That's
fairness.
the
It's not an 8 to 5 p.m. job. It you actually care about the output, about the people.
Mhm.
That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, I think yeah, that's the difference.
I got you.
Sorry, I'm out of words.
All right. So since this is a mental wellness podcast, so you said you've gone through a lot, kid, right? Having to raise a
Mm.
kid by yourself. And the last relationship didn't end so well. How do you cope with the stress and all that
Mm,
stuff? What is your go-to activity or maybe food? What do you do when you're stressed?
maybe when I'm stressed, I go to the gym to work out, and then I play tennis sometimes.
Tennis. Okay.
So yeah, um, actually, our setting, like me being on an Australian client, it's like work life balance because yeah, I wake up 6 a.m. I log out at 2 p.m. and then I still have time for myself after that. And then the good thing is um maybe because that's why I also cope up with all the happenings to me on the previous year is because I was able to build myself without relying to anyone. Like because of course, let's have a reality check that if you don't have income, it's really hard, right? As you can see, some of the single mothers out there, they're struggling um because they don't have like income or like a career for themselves. Even not single mother, even some of the mothers out there. So I'm just lucky enough that I can still balance the being a mom, being myself, and having a career. So that's one of the things that I'm really thankful for. So
I like that. There
yeah.
you go. So
Yeah.
finding the perfect balance, right?
Yeah. I think that's the one that helped me a lot. Because imagine if I don't have job. I'm brokenhearted and I rely uh on the support system, only on the support. Can I go outside? Like, can I go to play tennis? Can I go to the gym? Can I go treat myself on a cafe? Of course not. Um, what will I be doing is I will just stay at home, watch vlogs that sometimes um reality vlogs that's not relevant to the real world, something like that. So I'm really lucky. I'm really lucky that I have this.
I like that.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So Keith, uh, what would you say to those people who are still thinking about shifting to a virtual career? What are the pros and cons? What would your advice? Because you've been with us for what, 2 years now? What, 3 years?
Yes, I think yeah. I think about 2 years, almost 3 years. So yeah. Well, my advice is um doing a virtual work job is not that easy. It's not like um it's not like when they say, "Oh, you can work from home anywhere. You can be a bum and then work." It's not like that. You have to have the balance, and you must owe the responsibility because um there's a lot of things to consider. First is client trust because I can say I can tell client trust because your client that's given to you by Forge, you have to gain their trust in order for you to um be able to work anywhere you want. And then second is be responsible. Like if you have projects or what, ensure that you will send it on time, on a timely manner. Um, and then third is you have to be well organized because in VA industry, of course, sometimes they will be giving you a lot of projects. For example, here in Forge, because here in Forge, if like you, John, if you see the person that's doing well, you give a lot of opportunities, right? So, being the VA or being the um staff or the marketing, you have to be well organized because if you don't like organize your time, it's hard to like juggle up with different clients. But yeah, it's not that easy. But at the same time, if you like proven yourself, you manage to have um the responsibility that you have, it's gonna be easy in the long run because you know what you're doing, right? For example, me, marketing. At first, it's not easy because it's a different shift from the traditional marketing to the
Yeah.
digital, purely digital, because the client is in Australia.
Oh,
So you have to know all the tools, and I think during this time, it's the transition between AI and then digital, right? Because before we're doing the templates manually, right? And
yep.
now you have AI for help. So you have there's a transition. So being like a virtual assistant, you have to adapt. So knowledge is for me, knowledge is like power. I cannot the exact words,
Really? I
but
didn't know that. No, that's
yeah, but you have to know what's happening around you, and then for me, you really have to help your client. Like you um because for me, to my thinking, the client's business is my business because I'm I'm the one who's supporting them and he's the one who's supporting me as well because of course I get my salary. But yeah, you have to help your client grow as well. It's not like oh okay, you have BA job, you do the templates, same templates all the time and then not checking all the analytics and all. You really have to own it. So for me, it's hard and it's easy, but you really have to balance it. So,
okay.
yeah. Because if you like stay on the easy part, like if you stay chill, you don't care, they will fire you. So you have
Oh,
you have
ouch.
to You have to have the responsibility. So for me, yeah,
I
yeah,
gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, well, Kit, we are very lucky to have you here at Farche Solutions. You're one of our pioneers. You're super smart, super skilled, and we love your energy, of course. And hearing your
yeah,
story about being a single mom and having to balance everything, it's not easy, but that's why we have support systems like this. So anyone who
mm,
is in need of help, you need someone to talk to, reach out to us. We are here. We want everyone to have that same level of mental happiness, right? We want everyone to be happy here at Farche Solutions. So we thank you
yeah.
for joining us today. But before I let you go, just some quick questions for you, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix,
All right. Hot coffee or iced coffee?
hot coffee,
Rice or bread?
rice, rice, rice is life.
This is life. Okay. Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers,
Okay, I gotcha. Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram,
Books or podcast?
podcast,
Music or silence?
music,
Comedy or drama?
comedy,
Okay. Breakfast food or dinner food?
breakfast,
Buying stuff or traveling?
traveling,
Traveling, of course. Dating or spending time with the kid?
spending time.
All right, there. that was
100%.
that was a trick question. Well,
Yeah,
thank you again, Kit, for joining us and sharing us your wonderful story regards to your kid and your family.
yeah,
And we want many, many more years of Kit in service of Farche Solutions.
yeah. I want that too.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.